I really don't like making videos like these, but sometimes I have to. So welcome to the Siege rant, or I guess Siege retrospective, whatever I decide to call it. I've gone back and forth because they both make sense. So I just want to start this off. If you want to know when I started playing Siege, I started a lot later than some other people. I won't lie. I started Season 2 after I wanted to buy Siege. It's just I never had the money. Because obviously at the time, I wasn't old enough to get a job, and Christmas and birthday money was the only money I got. So I spent my Christmas money buying Siege. That was Christmas 2017. So I bought it in January 2018 and started playing. So we were almost towards we were on the road to Operation Chimera when I started playing, in case you're wondering. To give you an idea of what I can classify as the good old days, I guess, that I got to actually play instead of just watch. I guess just to move on from that, compared to what Siege is now, those were some good old days. I played with some terrible people, don't get me wrong. They were a terrible squad to play with. But once I dropped off from them, those were the best days. That was the late Chimera, probably, when I started moving on and playing with some of the people I play with now. That was peak of Siege for me. And most of that year was fine. I stopped playing around September, came back in December, I believe. Shortly after, whenever Mav and Clash dropped, I just stopped playing because I had nobody. I played with like 2 people at the time. I still play with them now, but I play with a lot more people on Siege now. So essentially, I come back in December. The game feels okay. It's still fine. I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of last year. Gridlock on Mozzie dropped. I got an ace with Gridlock the day she dropped for anybody with the year pass. This is back when I bought the year pass. I have not buying the year 5 year pass because it is a waste of time and not worth it anymore. We'll get to that. So things go pretty smoothly. I still enjoy Siege a lot last year. It really comes around, I would say, the end of summer where I really start to just like drop off once again. It was around August, maybe beginning of September. The game just stops feeling fun. I don't know what it was. I just feel like I felt like the game was dropping off in quality. So I decided to take a break, I believe in October again. After the Halloween event was over, I'm pretty sure. I took a couple month break off Siege. That leads us to about, well, it became more than a couple months. I didn't start playing Siege again until last month, when quarantine and all that started. So, shoot, almost 2 months ago now. Back in March, at the time of recording, I'm recording this April 30th. This will be going out in the beginning of May, sometime. But regardless, the game just didn't feel as fun. I came back last month. The game just doesn't feel really fun anymore. I'm not saying I can't have fun still playing the game, but the game just, the updates they're coming out with now and the way they've remodeled everything with these newer Siege devs. I know I'll get some comments saying, oh, it's not, you always blame the new Siege devs anytime you make a Siege video. What is the truth? The older Siege devs, all the original ones, actually carried the game pretty well. Now they've completely run out of ideas, and Siege is a dying game. It's not going downhill just yet in terms of popularity, but it's starting. It's easily noticeable. Even some of the YouTubers are starting to get annoyed with the game. There's some that say the game's in the best state it's ever been, but I highly disagree. I think it's been in the maybe not the worst state it's ever been, but it's terrible. I wasn't here pre-Operation Health and pre-Operation Health, so I'll admit that. So it could have been worse then, I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely way worse than when I started playing about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. So, I mean, just talking about everything. The Battle Pass, I made a rant when it was first announced back in, I believe, towards the end of the summer last year, I believe. Maybe a couple months, somewhere around there. Last year, I made a Battle Pass rant, and I said it was a terrible idea, and a lot of people agreed. Now the way it's incorporated, it's not incorporated terribly. They're not hiding ops behind it, and it doesn't look like they will because they're switching to just one a operation now. Because they're running out of ideas, because they don't listen to the community. Once again, I'm gonna save that little rant till the end. You probably already clicked off, but if you haven't, there is timestamps in the description. I'm going to try to at least get a couple bullet-pointed timestamps for each overall subject, when it starts at least. But just the way everything works now, the Battle Pass, you don't get it for free with the Year Pass. So if you wanted to buy the Year Pass and the Battle Pass each season, the Year Pass is $40. I believe maybe it's 30 now. I can't quite remember. It's 30 or 40 either way. And then I believe the Battle Pass is 10. I'll have to double check on that, but I believe it's 10. So that's $70 or $80 a year if you wanted the Battle Pass for all 4 operations, typically in a year. Plus the Year Pass. That's about 4 times the standard edition of Siege on console. So if you bought Siege as well, the standard edition, I believe it's $20. That would be $100. You may not think it's egregious because it's technically all cosmetics, but you also have to understand at the same time, the only progression in Siege besides unlocking operators, once you've done that, is cosmetics, getting cool cosmetics. And a lot of them are being pushed in the Year Pass. The Year Pass is beneficial. You get skins typically and ops early. That was the entire reason to buy the Year Pass, and discounts on in-game items. That was the main reason I still bought it. That and the operators. I didn't care about like the free skin or anything. It allowed me to buy all the operators much quicker having the Year Passes because they were all discounted. Battle Pass, I don't see any appeal to it really. I will not be buying the Battle Pass ever. I refuse to buy the Battle Pass or a Year Pass for the game anymore with the way it's going. If the game starts to suddenly improve, I might buy the Year Pass. I still will never buy the Battle Pass. It's a dumb idea that a lot of games are incorporating Valorant. Just announced that they're incorporating the Battle Pass. The game has absolutely no reason to have a Battle Pass, and they're also selling skins for almost $50. 5 weapon skins in a bundle, from what I'm hearing. So that's cool. This whole Battle Pass thing in games as a service is terrible, but that's a rant for another day. Pretty much how I want to end this is Siege needs a complete overhaul, in my opinion. The way that everything works now, each season there's going to be one operator, one new operator, and one rework of an operator. I believe next season it's Tachanka that's getting his rework, and I think House is getting reworked for the map. They're probably never going to release another map also. They're just going to keep reworking them. Then, like I joked about on one of our more recent Siege videos, they're probably just going to rework the reworks because they don't want to make a new map because they probably have no idea how to make a new map, a good one. So we'll probably not ever get a new map. I won't say ever, but probably not for a while. It'll probably take them an entire year just to come up with a decent map. So instead they're just going to rework maps. Don't get me wrong, some of the reworks have been not pretty good. I would say the Oregon rework wasn't really necessary, and I don't really like a lot of the changes. I'm happy they added more to the basement area, but other than that, I don't really care for most of the changes. The house rework looks fine. The old Siege devs said they were never going to rework house, but you know, this is new Siege devs, so they don't care. Yeah, that's about all I really need to rant about the new Siege devs. There's really not a whole lot to say. The game is not in a great state. It really needs an overhaul. They honestly need a second Operation Health. but that won't really happen. They're already lowering out, well, not, okay, they're not lowering the amount of content that's given each operation, but they've changed it. Well, I guess they technically are. You're only getting one op a season now, but a reworked op as well. So take it as you will. I will say I'm working on a similar video on another game and a couple other videos. So videos like these might become semi-regular. If you guys enjoy it, be sure to like and subscribe. And that's gonna be it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the background gameplay. Some of it was for me, some of it was from Nomad, another one of the Appalachian Avengers, and maybe some from Harpo if I can get him to record some. I mean, I sent him the message, but we'll see what happens. So, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.